Hi everyone, this is Rambabu Vasupilli, CEO of NCPL group of companies. In this video, I would like to explain about background checks, how background checks are done in Canada and what steps do you need to take to ensure that your background check clears and you get the offer letter and you join job without any surprises. So these are all the topics we are going to discuss in this video. In Canada, background check is inevitable, meaning each and every company who wants to offer you a job, whether it's a small job or a bigger job or a highly confidential job, background check is mandatory. 95% of the companies do background check. Only 5 companies show some flexibility and then they hire candidates even without background check. So be prepared for background check when you get an offer. Some companies do background check before releasing the offer. Some companies do background check after releasing the offer. So that offer is called as a conditional offer subject to clearing your background check. The following background checks are done to the candidates. I am covering all the checks. It doesn't mean each and every company does all these checks. Some companies does 1 or 2, some companies does everything. So it depends on the company, the job requirement, the nature of the job you are working on, the nature of the team with which you are working on, the nature of the data you will be holding. Number 1, they do what is called as a criminal check. They wanted to make sure you are very clean in terms of your criminal record. So when they query the criminal database, the output should be 0, which means you should not have any criminal record in the criminal database. So that is criminal check. The second one is employment check. If you have claimed any work experience in your resume, they wanted to make sure that all the work experience that is mentioned in the resume is genuine. So they will try to contact your previous employers under whom you have worked to make sure that the employment check is done and all the employers that you mentioned in the resume are genuine and you really worked with them. The third thing they do is called as an education check. So for any job, there will be a pre-qualifying education. So they wanted to check whatever education you mentioned in your resume is genuine, and they will make sure that they check your education records either from your West database or from the sources they have. The fourth thing is they do reference check. Okay, reference check is generally to check your personality traits, how good you are, how bad you are, like are you sincere, dedicated, punctual, rehireable, etc. How good a person. So mostly personality traits are checked in the reference check. So typically they ask you to give 2 or 3 references, manager references or some colleague references, depends. Each company asks for different set of references, and they will call or email or do both to the people whose name you have given as references, and try to validate Mr. Rambabu, a sincere guy, can he work under pressure, can he is he a good team player, etc., etc., etc. The fifth one they do is a credential check. So if you have any credentials mentioned, either licenses or certifications, some companies wanted to make sure that the license you claimed is genuine, that certification you have done is genuine. And the sixth one is identity check. They do whether you have a proper identity and a work authorization in Canada. So they will typically ask for your visa status and a Canadian ID like driving license or province issued ID or not. The seventh and the last one they do is credit check. Okay, so they also wanted to make sure you have very good credit history because they wanted to make sure that you have a very good habit of repaying the loans that you take. Most companies don't do all these checks. As I mentioned, some companies do only criminal check, employment check and reference check. Some companies do only criminal check and reference check. Some companies do education check as well. Companies like banks do credit check as well. Some companies do, if it is a certification centric job, they do credential check also. So it depends. But these are all the 7 kinds of checks that any company does, depending on what their requirement is. I hope this is useful. If you have any questions on these checks, or if you have any problems in background check, feel free to set up an appointment with me. The appointment link is given in the description of these videos. We can have one-on-one discussion and I'll try to clarify your queries. Thank you so much, and if you find this video useful, feel free to share it with your friends, like and comment if you have any questions, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much. Looking forward to have some more videos in the future.